Good afternoon, dear students, dear teachers, and dear mentors. I'm really much honored to say a few words before the lecture of our Nobel Prize laureate speaker tonight, Kurt Wüttrich. He got the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in year 2002. Looking at his biography, you can see that he was born in Switzerland in 1938. So you can quickly calculate that he is now 80 years young. And I have to say that he is in an extremely attractive and even very, very active condition, just running right now 3 different main research laboratories on 3 different continents. One in Switzerland, one in California, and one in Shanghai, China. That's the biggest one. So that indicates that he has a very tight traveling schedule and a lot of commitments. So we should even more appreciate his positive response to the invitation of the Szeged Academy of Sciences. And just briefly, he got his education in Switzerland, and he got his diploma first as a sport teacher, and he studied physics and chemistry as well. And this, I think, you can even look as a role model that a well-balanced education and career and the development of both physical and mental intellectual skills may help you even to a very significant contribution in all areas. He worked as a ski instructor for a long time in the Swiss Alps region. He was a physics and chemistry teacher first in different elementary and high schools in Switzerland, and then he got his PhD in chemistry at the University of Basel. At the same time, he got this federal diploma as sport teacher. Later, he entered the research of, first of all, the nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and he spent some years as postdoctoral research fellow in Berkeley in California, and later he settled in New Jersey with the Bell Telephone Laboratories. That time they had a very attractive size and capacity doing NMR spectroscopy. Then in 1969 he returned to Switzerland and he started to work at the Federal Technical University in Zurich, ETH, and he got his habilitation and the professorship in 1980. He became professor of biophysics and chairman of the biology department. Then he developed some activity together with the Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California, and he was very much active in the scientific community as well. He served the scientific community as General Secretary and Vice President of IUPAB, that's the International Union of Pure and Applied Biophysics, and he was a representative in the International Council of Scientific Unions, ICSU. And finally, he was in the Commission on Biophysical Chemistry and chairman of it in the IUPAC, that's the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. He has honorary memberships in 37 different academies and scientific societies. In 2004, he became honorary member of the Hungarian Academy of Sciences as well. He holds 17 honorary doctoral degrees, and in 2007, he got the honorary doctor degree from the University of Pécs in Hungary. And we can say that his highest achievement was the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in year 2002. And I can tell you that well before he obtained the Nobel Prize, he became an icon of structural biology research when they proposed and demonstrated that macromolecular structure in high resolution can be determined without crystallizing those molecules with the help of the magnetic resonance interactions of the different atoms in the molecule. And these interactions are somehow proportional to the distance of those atoms. And probably he will talk in more details on this. This was the nuclear Overhauser effect. And that time in the early 80s, I was working as a young postdoctoral fellow in the US on crystallizing membrane proteins. I remember that was really a big surprise that even without crystallizing, you can get high-resolution structure of proteins and other macromolecules in solution. And even there was some suspicion going on that it's real, that without crystallization it can be done. And then I think it was a remarkable, quite a Renaissance-type double control when a new protein, a new enzyme inhibitor the structure of it was determined parallel by Professor Wüttrich's group on the NMR spectroscopy and parallel other Nobel Prize winner, Robert Huber, with X-ray crystallography. Perhaps you remember Robert Huber. He was with us and talking on this floor in the 2012 meeting. And they came out with almost exactly identical three-dimensional structures. And since then, we can see that this technique is even somewhat superior because you don't have to struggle with crystallizing proteins. And in the soluble form, proteins or other macromolecules, they still retain some of their flexibility, and the interaction of other molecules like nucleic acids, other proteins, even some other synthetic compounds can be very well analyzed. So I think this is a tremendous contribution to our understanding how biological molecules look like, move, and interact. And I'm very much honored to ask now Professor Wüttrich to give his talk.